Good morning. My name is Katinka. I'm the seamstress at the cottage, and this is the UK edition. It's Friday, so that means it's Friday Sews. It's a hashtag that was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and it has really united the sewing community. On a Friday, you will find people posting what they've been doing and just general life updates. So go click on that hashtag Friday Sews and go down the rabbit hole. Give yourself some time because there's some interesting videos there. Today I want to show you, I've made another dress. This is the McCall's 7969. I'm going to stand up so you can see it properly. I gave it pockets and I would have liked it 2 centimeters longer, but I just had this much fabric. I'm going to talk to you about the fabric just now. And how I got it. It's such a nice story. But talking about the pattern, it's that one. I have a video up that I did in collaboration with Laura from Sewing Up Style, where we both made this dress and we gave a pattern review and what we thought about this. One of the things is it's quite low and it's also very wide, so it can look bulky if you are an inverted triangle or something, that type of shape. What I did is I gave it little darts in the back, just about a centimeter taken in for the 2 darts, and then I also crust it over a bit more in the front. Now I can do that because I think I'm a B cup or an A cup depending on where I buy my bras. But I think if you have a bigger bosom, you might have to do something. You might have to add a dart on the side to make it fit properly. You will have to play with it. Also, the binding on the sleeve is cut on the bias. For this dress, I just cut it on the straight. I just used the binding band and I actually love the effect. And for view A, I've made it this much longer, and I wish I had more fabric to make it 2 centimeters longer or 3 so that I could give it a bigger hem, but there was just not enough. So I am very happy with it. And like I said when I started, I gave it pockets. Now I don't know about you, but for me, a dress have to have pockets. There's nothing like trying to find a place for your phone when you're wearing a dress or a tissue or anything else. So I really, really love this dress. I love the color and everything else. Another thing I finished this week is these pants. I had 1 meter of linen, a little bit less. I think it was 90 centimeters that a friend gave me. And it's a stretch linen and it's really beautiful. And so when I did my pattern haul, there's a video about that. I can link that in the description. In my pattern haul, I spoke about how I bought these pants pattern. They run a bit small. I usually, when I buy pants in the shop, I buy a 14 or a 16. I cut these out on a 20 for the waist to fit me. What I would do when I make them again, because I'm definitely making them again, I will cut the waistband on a 20 and the rest of the shorts on an 18. So look at the measurements on the pattern pieces itself before you cut out. Don't just go according to what your size is normally, because Vogue do run a bit small. But what I love about Vogue is their patterns are really well designed. So I am so excited about these shorts. I did view E, but I made it a bit longer than view E. So I made it about 4 fingers longer than view E. So they're quite short in my opinion, but my sister said that's okay. I didn't have enough to put the same color fabric for the back facing. That was the only thing I couldn't get out. It's got a curved waistband, which I love. It's got the little pleats down the front and it's got belt holders. They also ask you to use these closures and I love these. I just wish I put more Valine in the waistband. I did the facing of the waistband, but next time if I make them and it's a softer material, I will put Valine in the front of the waistband as well as in the back of the waistband. Another thing I love about these pants is they have pockets and they fit so well. I hope to get some photos this weekend. We're going to a fair. I'm really happy. It was just not enough fabric. So what I did is I used some lace for the hem. I think that came out so nicely. I also did some fixing of some clothes this week. I have my dress that was inspired by Sonderflor and the hem was coming apart. So I took the same lace and I actually just added the lace to the bottom of it. It's been a really productive week. We've been working in the allotment, not as much as the previous weeks, but on Tuesday, my sister allowed me to take their car. They have an electric car and it is so awesome to drive with it. It's so quiet and it's got such power. I went exploring the Fifth Forest and it was just so beautiful. I had such an amazing time just walking, and I went from castle to forest to more ruins to just exploring all the little villages. And the nice part was I didn't have to worry about the petrol running out, because by the time I was finished, the car was still charged about 80%, and I drove the whole day. But what I want to talk to you today is I had a fabric haul. This was my haul. Now, my niece is awesome. She's just the coolest thing ever. I wish I was as cool as she is when I was her age, but alas, I'm still not cool. I sit and knit in meetings anyway. So she loves wearing skirts, and I found fabric because I needed some cotton. And then, of course, how they always do it, if you buy over a certain amount of material of things, then you get the postage free, and the postage is about equal to what's still outstanding on the bill. So I just bought some fabric, and unfortunately I could not buy just as much as I needed, so I had to buy 2 meters, but it was £1.50 a meter. So I got 2 meters of this. It's a synthetic material, but it almost looks like it's woven, and it's got a little white stripe in, and she loves it. And this will actually make some nice summer pants as well. And that was my fabric haul, and I was really chuffed because I very seldom buy fabrics. Basically, I only buy fabrics if it was for a specific project, and mostly for clients when I used to still make for clients. And last year I bought a piece of green rayon that I made a dress out of, and another piece of rayon that I made a top for my sister. I think that was it. Because usually I have a lot of fabrics, because people, when they clean up their houses or whatever, they just give the fabrics to me. And it's such a blessing. But I came here to the UK, and the fabrics are quite expensive if you convert it from South African rands to UK pounds. So there's no way I can actually afford real beautiful fabrics. They're just too expensive for my budget. So when I found £1 a meter fabric, it was cool. But if it's anything more, I'm not really in that price class yet. So I was looking at the fabrics that I brought along, and there was more than enough. My wardrobe is changing because of just a different country, and it's another summer, and the summers are different here from South Africa. I needed some fabric, but not really. So my sister's friend came to visit, and I met her, and she was like, "Oh, I've got some fabric for you." I thought maybe it's some scraps of stuff she's made. And she came, and she had a whole bag full of fabrics with this one that I have on. And she said, "I used to sew, but COVID's over now and I don't really have time for it. And here's some fabric for you." I had a free fabric haul. The first piece that came my way is this one. This is a Liberty cord, a very fine cotton cord. And it is just so beautiful. You must feel it on. The colors, I love it. I don't always do bright colors, but it actually works with my wardrobe. I earlier had a pair of linen pants that I've always had in my wardrobe, put it on with this, and it looks so cute together. The next thing that came my way is this red. I love red. I've always loved red. Since I was a little girl and I would twirl in my red dress. There's I would say 3 meters of this. It's not very wide. It's only 1.12 centimeters wide, but it is so pretty. And I need some tops. I had to leave most of my clothes behind because I had to choose between fabric or clothes coming along, and the fabric's one. So that's the first fabric. It's 100% cotton. Then there's this cotton, classic by Paintbrush Studio Designs. So it's like a beige with a little twill on it. It's not very wide, but it's just beautiful. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet. I'm thinking of making some knitting bags maybe and do the lining in this. The next one is just exquisite. 100% cotton, Rhapsody in blue, designed by Maria Kalinowski for canvas in association with Benatrix Elsie pattern plumes. It's a peacock pattern that's been printed all over. And again, I have no idea what I'm going to make with it, but it's just so pretty. I'm almost tempted to make a jumpsuit. I think a jumpsuit might be really cool in this. Next one is this one. I also love this. It's also 100% cotton. Brother Sister Design Studio. 100% cotton. Beautiful pattern. Not sure what I'm going to make, but I love it. And there's quite a lot. I think there's like 4 meters of this one. Then there were these little pieces. First, it's the little combis. Now, this is definitely going to be knitting bags. I might just line it with this one and maybe put like a bottom in a darker color. So there's a meter of this one, which I think is so cute. And then there's a meter of this one, which is also just adorable with the little sewing machines on. Again, I think this will become knitting bags. And then the piece, the little resistance, is this. Look at this. I just love it. That's usually how the back looks like. So what they do is they have the red in the front of the rift, and then the colors that they want to pick up in the picture will be in straps in the back. And it's just too beautiful. They're not sure what to do with this. It could make a very nice jacket, but that's not me. I would never wear this type of fabric. It is just too synthetic. I'm actually thinking of making little bags for earbuds, you know, those portable earphones. And then the last piece is this one. It's a plaid. It is beautiful, and there's about 1.5 meters. But it's really wide, 140, I would say 150. Thinking maybe a pinafore dress or more dungarees. Can you ever have enough jumpsuits? So that is my free fabric haul, and I'm just so thankful that the fabric found me. Thank you for watching, and thank you for spending time here. If you like this, please do a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed yet, I would love it if you join this family. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Oh, this place is just amazing.